Good evening to one and all. I welcome all of you for the fourth edition of our programs, especially this Sambhashane. We started 4 weeks ago. First two editions were on narcotic prevention of cyber crimes, how to prevent. We had from an expert Navi. Then we had a philately talk by Varaprasad ji. Now we have another very good talk on prevention of narcotic abuse by Bibhash Sharan ji. Before going into this, there are certain disciplines to be maintained for the listeners. Kindly mute your mic during the program. Never keep it open. Please mute it so that there is no disturbance. Whatever you want to chat, please use the chat box liberally. We will take it up at the end of the program. If you have any questions to ask, you can raise your hand. We will enable it at the end of the program. You have to follow the speaker. He may answer in the remaining time of the talk. So you don't have to rush up with questions. Here we are here to enjoy the evening and learn about the matter that is under deliberations. 1 or 2 questions will be allowed depending upon the time. And if you write the questions in the chat box, we will reply you through emails also. Do not have to worry that you have not been taken care of. So that's the watch for you. Today for the 4th edition, we are called Mr. Bibhash Sharan to speak on empowering the change, which is required very much for the society today. It's a talk on drug menace prevention. Again, prevention we are looking in. So it's a drug menace. Everybody would agree with me. Today in this dynamic society, we have been the victims of drug abuse, especially the younger generations. We are not able to control this menace, and it is spreading like anything because there are monetary interests and social criminals who are there on the job. So we need to educate the people. In fact, World Health Organization has given one line answer for all this. It has said, just listen to your children. Listen first. That is the command of World Health Organization. Then you can imagine how important in the society to listen to the young children so that they will be online. But unfortunately, today when the couple is going for a job, we feel relaxed and we don't take care of our children, and the society which we will be getting in the days to come will be a very dangerous trend they are going to set. As you know, not only the natural drugs, the synthetic drugs have started their menace with different names. Added to it, the e-commerce, where they can bring drugs to your household steps, has further made us to press the panic button. We do not know who gets what type of drugs in what name, especially in the deep web. It is available plenty in different names and nomenclatures. So that is the chain that has happened to the virtual world. This has to be stopped, and to stop, we should have preventive measures so that whoever is going to be a drug user, we need to prevent them from using it so that automatically the guy who trades in drugs gets himself jobless. That is the only way. To speak on this topic, I don't think we will get a better speaker than our Bibhash Sharan ji. He is assistant commissioner. I worked with him for 4+ years in the NACIN, and every day we used to have discussions about training, taxation, and other things. And his knowledge he imparted to me is something to be appreciated. In fact, he started his career 1990 itself. Of course, mine is 1981. That's a different story. But 1990 officer, and see his experiences. He has worked as preventive officer there. He is into anti-smuggling. He is one of the best investigators of narcotic drugs. He is an enforcement officer of Paul Excellence. He has worked in Narcotics Control Bureau. He has worked in DRI. He has worked with CBI, the prime agency, to investigate. So you can imagine his way he has traveled through his profession in the career itself is an indication how his information will be, how credible it will be, how apt it will be. He is a specialized person in the anti-smuggling. He has been trained by US Customs, San Francisco. And he has been a dedicated trainer himself from last 18 years. You can say 2 decades because we have added after his retirement time also. So that is the person today he is going to talk. Today you agree with me? The present day society requires proper education, proper care to be taken. So on this, on behalf of Samprabha, is that word he is Sambhashane. I'm sorry, he is Sambhashane. We call him as the 4th speaker. Very happily, I welcome him. Our president is also there. I request him to speak a word before we hand over the mic to Bibhash Sharan.
Good evening to all of you. I want to just say the topic is very current and burning topic. And I have a huge respect for the knowledge and passion of Bibhash Sharan in preventing the drug abuse. He goes to the colleges, schools, talk to the students. I think he's the best person to educate us on this subject. I wish all of you please request your friends and others to join this particular session. It will be useful to the whole society. Thank you, Bibhash. The whole platform should be for you, not for us. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I feel that I'm audible to all. Am I?
You are audible, sir. Welcome
Okay.
to you once again.
I
will be having the presentation from my this
Yes.
Whenever you say, I will make that change.
I have some issue uploading my PPT, but however, Kodandaram sir is there and he will help me out. So thank you, Mr. Kodandaram, for your kind words, and thank you, Narayan Swami sir, for taking me on board for such a beautiful program on which is covering so many burning social issues and which addresses the our society in general on with subjects which are very, very important for the present day society and the people in which we live in. So the subject which I'm going to handle is basically on drugs. The very fact that I am here and you all are here, it shows that shows the importance of the subject. And perhaps my experience, I can say very clearly that most of us, we do not understand how deep the scourge of drugs has gone into and how it is going to affect us in future also. I remember I was taking a class in NACIN Bengaluru, and this class was general in drugs, the similar type of class, but I changed my topic slightly. I adjusted according to the requirement of the class, and after I finished my class, 4 ladies from the class stood up and they said that, sir, we would like to meet you in person. I said, what is the matter? They said, sir, after attending to your class, I feel that my children, perhaps they are into drugs. And we'll be meeting you separately. And I said, absolutely no problem. And this is the very idea of the class that, if she's I'm able to, address whatever issues are possible, I'll be very glad to do that. And they all came. And sadly speaking, after speaking to them, even though I have not seen the child, I was pretty sure that the child is into drugs. So before going into the nitty-gritty of the thing, I will try to put things in perspective. And this class, I would not like it to, make it a medical one, how to, stop somebody from getting addicted and how to cure somebody for addiction. This is not my area of expertise. My area of expertise is to tell the audience why people take drugs, what are the drugs, and you as a parent or I as a parent, how can I understand, that my kid may be into drugs. Apart from that, the youngsters, those who are the main topic of this discussion, they should know why they are into drugs, and how to keep themselves away from, this drugs. Because, solving, they say a stitch in time saves nine. Means if it is before the cure, if you are able to take preventive action, that is better than anything else. So this topic is very, very important and very close to my heart. And let us see. And if there is any question, I do not know whether there is any question answer session in this class. If it is, absolutely no issues, and I'll be there to answer whatever questions comes on. So just to put things in perspective, understand one thing. This world of drugs, the trade, it is the third largest in the world. Can you guess which is the first one? The first one is the arms trade. The second one is oil. And the third one is drugs. So you can understand what is the money involved. Another thing, another statistics I will put. At present, officially speaking, it is about $900 billion annually. This is the business of drugs. Can you guess what is the total GDP of Pakistan? The GDP of Pakistan is about 400 to 500 billion USD. So imagine the whole global world drug business is more than the total GDP of a country. And let me tell you, these are all official figures. The actual figures may be pretty high. So understand the extent and how deep-rooted this problem is, and why, despite all effort by all these various organizations, still this hydra-headed problem is only expanding. It is not getting controlled. Let me tell you, put other things. Give you another example. About 15 years back, when I was working in MCB, that time India was a transit point. Transit point means, the drugs were coming from Afghanistan and Pakistan, and they all were going to Colombo, Sri Lanka. And India was a major transit point. And whatever cases we made, whatever people we caught, I tell you, I found that all the consignments caught was destined to Colombo. So India, even though there were a few pockets where there was a consumption, and the consumption has always been there, but India as such was mainly a transit point. What happened after this 15 years? You see, there is a drastic change. From being a transit country, now we have become a consuming country. All of you must be aware that there was a movie made about 5-6 years back, Udta Punjab. Punjab is flying. Now, why Punjab is flying? Punjab was not flying earlier. Why it is flying now? There is something drastic has happened. Not that, this Pakistan ISI is suddenly dumping drugs into in Punjab and people are, started consuming just like that. No, it's not like that. Over the years, because of, the economic condition, of the people improving, plus people, experimenting with different type of drugs. Apart from that, the availability of drugs has made people consume it. And my question is, if Punjab can fly, can't Gujarat fly? Can't Rajasthan fly? Can't Karnataka fly? It's a matter of time. And since, we are at the cusp of this situation, and anything is possible. Let me tell you, when I was interacting with school boys and college students of Karnataka, the situation is very scary. Very scary. And what this national average, official national average age of drug consumption, it is scary. 14 years to 30 years. So people are starting consuming drugs at a very tender age of 14 years. And and if this particular, this drug abuse is not controlled, you can imagine what will happen. This age, this 14 to 30 years or 35 years, this is the most productive age for any person. And imagine, in the most productive years of your age, you are a drug addict. And I did not tell you, I will be giving you further, examples of what happens when a person becomes a drug addict. So this is the background of the situation, drug situation, whatever we are facing in our country. So in this class, I will not limit myself only to how to control de-addict a person or talk only about addiction. I think I will not be doing the right thing, because unless you understand the issue 360 degree, I think I will not be doing justice to this topic. So most important thing is to know what a drug is, what type of drugs are available. Understand one thing: we are not teachers. I am also a father, and many of you who are listening to my lecture, many of you are mothers, many of you are fathers, and many of you can be youngsters also. So you need to understand what are drugs and why somebody takes it. So you can see here the PPT. Drug is, what is drug? So basically, it's a substance other than food that provides nutritional support. We all know, food provides nutritional support, but drug, what happens when it is inhaled, injected, smoked, consumed, absorbed? It brings about some physiological change in our body. Now, these drugs, there are two types. We all loosely use the word drugs. Now, drugs are basically of two types: drugs of use and drugs of abuse. Now, the medicines, what we take, that they are also medical drugs. But in this class, we are not going to talk about medical drugs. So we are not going to talk about drugs of use. Here only we are going to talk about drugs of abuse. Next slide, please. So pharmaceutical drugs are ruled out. I'm not going to talk about that. Let me talk about only psychoactive drugs. Any drugs which are not, or which works on our psyche, are called psychoactive drugs. Basically, what are psychoactive drugs? These are chemical substances that affect the function of central nervous system. All of you know that our whole body is controlled by our brain and the central nervous system. And these nervous system, they control our thoughts, our perception, our mood, and our consciousness. Whatever we perceive, whatever we experience, whatever we see, and whatever we feel is all guided by these nerves, which are billions in our body, and they are controlling us basically. So once you take these drugs, they affect these nervous system, and by doing so, they affect our thinking, they alter our vision, they alter our thinking, and they alter our consciousness, and they alter our mood. The word mood is very important, and I will be coming to this very regularly, because this is what is the crux of the issue. Because why a person will take drugs? Of course, it has to do something with the mood. He wants to be in a particular mood, so that he must be taking drugs. Next slide, please. This I have already covered. Next, please. This is, what you call Caesar figures. I don't want to go into that, because this is mainly meant for officers, those who are departmental officers. Next slide, please. Yeah. So when you talk about drugs, all drugs are psychoactive. Means they affect our nervous system and affect our psyche, our thinking, our mood, the way we behave, the way we act. So everything gets altered, or everything gets affected. That is why they are called psychoactive drugs. So when we talk about these drugs, these drugs can be roughly classified into three types: stimulant, depressants, and hallucinogens. Now, I will give a brief talk on what are stimulants. Basically, these are English words. All of you know what is stimulant, what are depressants, what are hallucinogens. But I will slightly elaborate for a better understanding that what these drugs are. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. Now, stimulants, as the name suggests, these are drugs that stimulate the brain and our central nervous system. They stimulate. Stimulate means what? The moment you take it, the message is conveyed immediately to the brain, and it gets and it speeds up communication between the the drug and the brain. So what happens? Excuse me. What happens? Depending upon the drug you are taking, it affects you. Now, what are these stimulants? All of you know basically. People just we were talking about this tea and coffee. It has caffeine. There's also an stimulant. Apart from that, if we go a little deeper, these drugs are amphetamines. Amphetamine is the one drug which is the most common what you call drug which we see nowadays. I will talk in detail about this amphetamines, cocaine, some inhalants. Then you have this MDMA. MDMA you would have heard. The one Bollywood actor was arrested, or rather he committed suicide, and he was a lot of people were arrested. After this particular drug came into news. You have this cocaine, mephedrone, and mephedrone. They are technical names, but when the people buy these drugs, they don't give me mephedrone. They don't say give me methyl methamphetamine. They always have refer to it with a street name. The street names are Molly, X, E, Love, MCAT, Mew Mew, etc., etc. So when I was in NCB, of course I can tell now. They have this electronic surveillance system, and in this electronic surveillance systems, we used to commonly hear these drugs names. The Mew, MCAT, give me some Molly. And for a normal person, he will not know what this Molly is. But those who are into the trade, those who are buying it, and those who are dealing with this, they know what Molly is. They know what is Mew Mew is. You may not understand this. So these drugs, which includes MDMA, your amphetamines, cocaine, these are stimulants. Basically, it stimulates you, and let me give you an example. You get up in the morning. What the first thing we go for? We want to have a cup of tea. Why you want a cup of tea? Because you feel lethargic. The moment you have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, they stimulates you. I'm giving you a very simple household example why somebody takes a stimulant. It stimulates you into action, and you are ready for the day. Similarly, these drugs, typical drugs, the names which I have already given you, like MDMA or amphetamines and cocaine and mephedrone, etc. These drugs are very potent stimulants. It stimulates you so much, and it makes you so much active that the feeling is entirely different. I will go in detail into that. Next, please. So, okay, little more. What happens? There are three what you call chemicals secreted by brain. These are chemicals which control our mood. One is dopamine, one is serotonin, and the other one is norepinephrine. So these three chemicals are hormones. Basically, they are found in brain cells, and the moment you take drugs, these all get activated. And all these three chemicals, they have different effect on you. Dopamine, I think you must be aware about this particular drug, dopamine. This is called a reward drug also. Means if you get rewarded, you feel very happy. The dopamine is secreted in your brain and you feel very happy. Similarly, norepinephrine, it's a fight and flight response. Means you are so active that you are able to take a decision whether I should run or I should be here. It helps in alertness, attention, memory, and it increases your heart rate. The moment you have this, your blood rate going high, you feel very, very activated. Serotonin, all of you know, it affects your mood, appetite, sleep, and it also triggers hormones that affects your sexual arousal and trust. Now this particularly this serotonin, this is very, very important because when a youngster take these drugs, they get a feeling which they cannot find anywhere. Now, let me go a little deeper into this and for a better understanding of why somebody takes drug. See, we are all parents, as I told you. We may be wondering that why my son is into drugs. I may be an enforcement officer. I need to understand why people are taking drugs. You know, this dopamine, say, for example, you get a very good news that your son has, you know, excelled, or he has got selected in, or become cleared some competitive exam, or he has cleared NEET, or he has cleared IIT. Immediately, you know, people start dancing. You would have seen people dancing with joy. We call it dancing with joy. Why you start dancing with joy? Because this dopamine starts working on you, and you know you feel so happy that you start dancing. Similarly, what happens? You would have heard about this party drugs. Before going to a party, people take drugs. Party drugs, I will name it, particularly this MDMA, amphetamine, these are party drugs. Now, you may be wondering, you are already going to a party. Why should you should take a drug? Why should take a drug? You are already in a good mood. You are going to meet your friends. There will be drinks. There will be good food. Why should you take drug? The fact is, this dopamine, you know, this is our body mechanism, in the sense, the moment you are very happy, in the brain this dopamine is secreted, and it remains there for some time, and slowly this dopamine gets absorbed, and you become normal. Imagine that somebody is laughing whole day, or somebody is dancing whole day because of dopamine. You will say that person has gone mad. So it is the auto mechanism of our body that the moment dopamine is secreted, it will remain there in the body for some time, and after that, it will get subsided, and man will become normal. Now, coming back to why somebody takes a party drug. See, when you go to the party, you know, you are taking some drinks, or you are having some good food, you are chit-chatting, you are dancing, dopamine levels are high. But as I told you, dopamine has a tendency of coming down. It will come down in 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. People who are in this party, they don't want this effect of dopamine to come down. They want it to linger for a longer time. And these drugs, particularly this amphetamine, these are the drugs which do not allow dopamine to settle down. You know, the surge of dopamine is very high, and it keeps on surging. And the moment it keeps on surging, your mood is always high. And that is why they are called party drugs. And you would have seen people dancing whole night. A normal person cannot dance whole night. No, it's not possible. A normal person cannot talk whole night. It's not possible. A normal person cannot sing all night. Not possible. But yes, with these drugs, you can do that, because it's all the play of dopamine in your brain. So that is why people go for this drug. Apart from this, you'd have heard that, you know, during exam time, particularly in engineering colleges, or let that be any other colleges, people want to keep awake so that they can study well. And they say that, taking these drugs, they can keep awake. Yes, your sleep, you will be. It will give you so much of. It will stimulate you to such a level that you will not get sleep. And this is also one of the reasons that, thinking that it's a very harmless drug, youngsters, they take this a tablet of ecstasy, or a tablet of MDMA, and that will keep them awake. It will keep them alert. So with peer pressure, you know, seniors will say, "Arey, you got exam. Don't worry, man. Don't sleep. You know, take this tablet. It will give you can have better concentration. You can, you know, it will not allow you to sleep, and you will be, you can prepare for your examination well." So these are the reasons, you know, why people take these stimulants, and this is how the stimulants work on body. Depressants. As I told you, drugs can be classified in three: stimulants, depressant, and hallucinogen. Now, which are depressants? Basically, it's just opposite of the previous one. So it slows down the activity of your brain. Now everything slows down. It calms your nerve. It relaxes your muscle. It helps you in your sleep. Now you may be wondering that yes, stimulant I can understand, but why should somebody take depressant? Of course, it's a very obvious question. Why should somebody take depressant? Now, depressant, you see, these are very essential things. Say, for example, these are medical drugs also. Somebody has seen a very bad accident, some very bad news. He's not getting sleep. The doctor needs to help him, and that is why depressants are prescribed, by the doctors so that it can calm his nerves. He can get a better sleep, and it will help him in being a normal person. But these are medical doses. The moment the dose is not a medical dose, what happens? It will calm down so much that you will be totally cut off from the world. You will be in your own world, sleepy, calm, very calm. Can you imagine a youngster always sleepy, always in his own world, always relaxed? No, your young is not to feel always relaxed. But these drugs make you feel so relaxed. You are not bothered about your examination. You are not bothered about what your father is going to berate you for your low marks. You have performed very badly in the examination. Doesn't matter, because you are so at peace with yourself that nothing affects you. And this feeling of well-being, I'm so relaxed. People go for this depressants. It calms you. Particularly all these, opioid-based drugs are depressants. I will come to them. Say, for example, the examples are Mandrax, inhalants. You would have seen some youngsters inhaling. Come down, please. Inhaling this thinner, inhaling this, adhesive. Come down, please. Slide backwards. Depressant, yeah. And this opiates, particularly this heroin, which is also known as brown sugar. It is also called dope. It is also called crack, morphine, codeine, fentanyl, tramadol. These are all examples of depressants. The tramadol, I tell you, if God forbids, if you undergo any operation, this is the drug which every doctor will give you. It's a very strong painkiller, but it is derived from it is derived from morphine. It is derived from poppy plant, and it has opiates in it, and little higher dose will make you feel very relaxed all the time. So little dose of it, medical dose, will give you freedom from pain, but a higher dose is a abuse, and it makes you feel. And that is why but again, I think this is a very interesting thing. Those who take this depressants normally will not take the other one. They have a classical liking for it, because you can't be shifting that today I want to be active and tomorrow I want to be depressed. No. So those who like depressants, they take only depressant. And those who take the other one, they take only that. So those they don't mix up. So I have seen addicts. If he is taking a particular drug, he will take only that or a derivative of that. But he will not take mixing this depressants and this thing. No, they will not do that. Now let me come to this third one, hallucinogens. Now as the name suggests, hallucinogens are the one which causes hallucination. Now, all of us know what is hallucination, but slightly I will elaborate a little more on that. So, but basically what happens, the moment you take this drugs, which is hallucinogens, your mind is totally altered. It is totally altered. What you are seeing, what you are perceiving, and what you are feeling, there is no relation to that. Imagine a situation where we find that I'm sitting in my room, I'm not on any drugs. But if I take hallucinogen, all this pale color wall will appear colored, floating colors, all around. And people have found chairs very attractive to eat. Okay, and colors floating around everywhere. And this type of world doesn't exist in real life. But if you find, a situation wherein everything is colorful, everything is floating, everything is so hunky-dory, everything is so nice, and they say music. The music will be. You can feel the music. You can touch the music. Can you really touch the music? No, you can't touch the music. But your brain is so altered. Your perceptions are so damaged. You are not able to understand what you are seeing, what you are feeling, what is real and what is unreal. You are in a fantastic world, and this fantastic world does not exist. But if you take this, you will be transported to a fantastic world, which is everything is colorful, the music, everything is musical, everything is very, very, very beautiful. This and that is why those who want to remain in this feeling, they go for hallucinogens. Now, what are the examples of hallucinogens? LSD. LSD stands for lysergic acid diethylamide. I mean, I don't want to get too technical. And magic mushroom. I do not know how many of you know about this magic mushroom. In my coming slides, I will give you I will. They have photographs of what a magic mushroom looks like. It is called psilocybin, technically speaking, but magic mushroom is another. I remember in one of the airport officers after my class, he said that, sir, one passenger coming from Malaysia, he was carrying dried mushrooms. I asked him, why you are carrying mushrooms? He said, sir, we get a very good quality mushroom in Malaysia. My wife was very particular. I have brought it. And sir, I cleared this consignment, cleared the passenger. I have no doubt in my mind, no fool will buy mushroom from Malaysia and come down to India. That mushroom was nothing but magic mushroom. And since that officer was not trained, knowingly, unknowingly, he cleared a passenger who was carrying contraband drugs. So ketamine. Now, ketamine is another very fantastic drug. I do not know how many of you have heard of this word, ketamine. Ketamine, India is the largest exporter of ketamine. Ketamine is basically used as a very potent anesthetics, or it is so potent that it is not used in humans, it is used in animals. So those who are, doctors, they are aware that this is a very, very strong thing. But what happens, as I was telling you, that medical dose and non-medical dose are entirely different. This ketamine is very, very, very commonly used particularly in Malaysia and Indonesia, not in India. Not in India, it's a matter of research. Why not in India? India is one of the largest exporters of these drugs. A lot of consignment has been caught in Chennai. Those were all destined to Indonesia and Malaysia. Indonesia and Malaysia, I do not know why it is going, but my explanation is because they are, Muslim countries, they don't drink. Alcohol is haram there. So maybe one of the reasons that this drug is consumed there. This drug, it is also called a rape drug. You would have heard that, somebody mixes something in someone's drink, and it is so potent. It has no smell, it has no taste. And ketamine, the person who consumes it, it becomes absolutely helpless. He or she has no control on herself. He or she will know something is happening, but what is happening, they will not know. If you read more about this, they say that you get a near-death feeling. Near-death feeling means nobody knows what a death feels like. Nobody has seen it. Nobody has experienced it. You die means you die. But death feeling is like this. I happened to talk to an addict who was addicted to ketamine. He said, "Sir, it's like this. You will feel that you are lying on the ground, and you are looking at yourself from above. Your body is lying below. So it's a experience of a death. But I do not know how real it is. Nobody knows for that matter. But this is what he happened to say, that it's a almost near death experience. You can see your body lying on the ground, and your soul is looking at your body from above. So this sort of experience, what is this? Your thinking is totally altered, totally altered. And ketamine, as I told you, this is the rape drug of choice. Now, this time when I'm talking to you, still, it is the drug of choice for those who want to abuse their victim and those who want to use it for that purpose. And the victim will not remember what happened to him or her when they have taken it. Absolutely, your memory will be cleaned. Absolutely nothing. You will not remember what happened to you. And that is why this is called a rape drug. Next slide, please. So this is a plant. As I told you, to understand this topic in a 360 degree, it is very important to understand how a drug looks like, how it is prepared. Can I go much into detail, Kodandaram ji?
Depending upon the time.
Okay, I will try to
we
cover
will
it in
give
1 hour.
One more slot in the coming month.
Yeah.
We can have that also information.
Okay. Right.
Because time is very precious.
Okay,
so
right.
Depending upon that, you can make your
okay,
choices.
Fine. So how much time I have? 8:30, right?
8:30, 8:40 is also okay, sir.
8:40 is okay, fine.
Maximum.
So this poppy plant is a very important plant. Mostly it is grown in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. It looks like tulips, what you see in Holland. And this plant is one plant, every part is used. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. You see, this poppy plant, when the flowers mature, the petals fall down and you have this bulb. Now, this bulb is very, very important. This contains all the magic. Those who are cultivating this poppy, what they do they put a cut manually on each and every bulb, and you can see this white sap oozing out. What is this white sap? Any guess? This is opium. Next slide, please. This pod, the poppy pod inside had these poppy seeds. All of us know what a poppy seed is. It is used in spices everywhere in India. Next slide, please. Yeah. So this poppy pod, once it is lanced, the process is called lancing. Every day morning, the previous evening, they will put a cut, and the whole night, this like a rubber plant, this sap will ooze out, and manually this sap will be collected. You can see how it is being collected. And this is opium, raw, fresh opium. Next slide, please. Now, next slide again. What happens? This opium, I will tell you a little more about that. Opium is one particular plant. You get so many things from that. Opium is produced in India legally because opium gives you morphine. And morphine is one wonder drug which is medically used all over the world, is a major and one of the most potent painkillers. No operation is completed unless a person is given morphine. So morphine, India and Turkey, they are the largest producers of morphine. And India produces morphine in two of its opium factories. One is in Neemach and another one is somewhere in UP. I don't remember the name. So there officially it is produced, morphine. So it is like this, 10 kilogram of opium will give you about 1 kilogram of morphine. And 1 kilogram of morphine will give you, 10 kilogram of morphine will give you 1 kilogram of heroin. Now, heroin is not a medical drug. To give you a slightly interesting part, I will avoid that. Okay, let us go to the next one. Next one, please. Okay, these are Caesar figures. I don't want to go into that. Now I will talk about the second most important drug which is being used in India is cannabis. Cannabis is called ganja. It is also called bhang, and so many other names are there. Next slide, please. Yeah. So cannabis, it is the medical name is cannabis sativa. Now, cannabis, many of you may or may not be aware. Again, every part is used. Leaves are called bhang. Mostly it is used in North India. South India, I have not seen anybody using bhang. But what is this ganja? Ganja is nothing but you see this plant, in the center figure. The fruiting top and flowering top of this ganja plant is called, of this cannabis plant is called ganja. It is dried and it is smoked. That's ganja. Ganja is quite common. All of you are aware of that. And what is hashish? Anybody knows what is hashish? Hashish is nothing. What they do is this ganja leaves, this cannabis leaf. If you rub it in your palm, it will leave some resin. You can see in the figure. This resin is collected, and this is your hashish. Next slide, please. Hashish is further what you call hashish is further refined. Go back, please. Go back. Hashish is further refined, and when you refine it and you remove all the impurities from hashish, it is called charas. So this charas and hashish are basically derivatives of a single plant. Here I would like to tell you small information which you must be aware. There is a place called Kasol in Himachal Pradesh near Manali. You'll be surprised that Israeli and European tourists, the moment they land in Delhi, they head for Kasol. Why they head for Kasol is one place where they get this hashish readily available. It is a household business. You go to any hut, you go to any household, they are selling hashish. And hashish is so liked by this Israelis. I tell you, if you go to this Kasol, more than Indians, you will find Israelis there. The maximum concentration of Israelis is in Kasol. And they are not going to see the natural beauty of Himachal Pradesh. No, they are there and they simply camp there for 15 days, 20 days, and they do nothing but consume this hashish. And you may be asking that if everybody knows, then why the police is not going to control it? Look, perhaps you may not be knowing, if you travel North India, this cannabis plant, it grows in wild. It grows everywhere along the highway. It just grows wild. Can you control it? It's not possible. And that is why, despite knowing it very clearly what is happening where, it is absolutely not possible to control it. It is a household business in Kasol. I'm sorry to say, everyone knows it, but we tend to put it under the carpet as if nothing exists. But those who are in the know of things, they know why Kasol is so famous. Now, back please, back. Yeah. So this was your cannabis. Now there are new psychotropic substances, which all of us must understand. This opioids, as I told you, those who are produced from opium plants are firstly because these are natural substances. And we all have our experiences that natural substances are getting costlier. So what they are doing is they always keep on experimenting, and now they have, or they have the synthetic opioids. So, these are tramadols and fentanyl, captor. Now this fentanyl, if you heard this speech of Donald Trump, he was mentioning about this fentanyl. He was accusing China of pumping fentanyl into US. And since, it was quite amusing that Donald Trump is mentioning about fentanyl, and that too with reference to China. Anyway, the third drug is Captagon. Most of us may be wondering that why the jihadis, they simply take a gun and go to fight. You will be surprised in Syria, this Captagon, all these people who go to fight, and all these jihadis, so-called jihadis, when they are going to explode themselves, when they are going on a suicide mission, they take this drug called Captagon. Captagon comes in tablet form. And this Captagon, the moment you take it, you feel that you are a superhero. No bullet can hurt you. You with a small Sten gun or with a small AK-47, you can kill a person who is having an MMG or a HMG, or a person who is sitting in a tank. It gives you such a false sense of confidence that you simply forget. And this is what the operators, this is what those who are controlling the jihadis, this is what they want. The fear is wiped off. You don't have any fear. That is why this Captagon is also known as jihadi drug or the drug of war. It gives you a feeling of invincibility. Nobody can kill you. You can kill everyone, but nobody can kill you. I'm sure that Captagon, many of you may not be aware of this, but in Syria, if you read or Google it, you will know why people take this Captagon. And all these handlers of these jihadis, first what they do is they give them this tablet. And they say, you will not feel pain. Of course, you will not feel pain. Apart from that, you will also have this feeling of invincibility. Nobody can kill you. Because if you have fear, you can't do that, what you are going to do or what you are expected to do. Mephedron, as I told you, this is very, very common in Eastern Europe and Caucasian region. It's just a stimulant. Basically, these are ATS, amphetamine. These are amphetamines, type of drugs. And yes, then you have this cathanon, this extract from khat plant. I'm sure that khat plant, nobody is aware what is khat. Can we go down? Little more. Go down. Go down. You are going up. No. There is a photograph of this khat plant. I want these people to have a look. Go up further. Up. Yeah. Further. Yeah. Now, yes, this is magic mushroom. Nature has its own color code, and you can see this by the color itself. It says, "I am dangerous." And but when it is smuggled, it is in this form, the dried one. This is how they smuggle it, and it looks like any other mushroom. But those who know it, they know that this is not a normal mushroom. It is a magic mushroom. And what magic is? Magic is nothing but it's a hallucinogen. It hallucinates you. You start hallucinating after taking this, after chewing it. Now, how it is used? It is basically dried, powdered, and smoked. This is how this magic mushroom is used. And just show me that khat. No, little up. No. There was a. Yeah. Now, I'm sure many of you have not heard of this particular substance called khat. It's called khat, Khat. It looks like palak. And the first seizure of this khat plant in India was in Cochin, in this air cargo complex. And the consignment was marked as palak, fresh palak. And this palak, you imagine, and there was officers posted there was perhaps quite smart, and he stopped this consignment, and he was quite sure that this is not palak, this is something else, and this is khat. Khat, this is mostly grown in Africa, and this consignment was coming from Africa. This is another a very potent what you call hallucinogen. Simply nothing, you don't have to do anything. You have to simply roll it like a pan and put it in your mouth. Let us come back to that slides of further down. Yeah, further down. Yeah. Okay. No, you are finished. You have finished it. Okay. Now, what I will do now, I have given you, show me the photographs of amphetamine, please. Yes. No. Go down. Go up. Wait. Further up. Yes, crystal meth. This is amphetamine. It's a crystalline powder, it's the crystals, and these crystals can be in different color. And I tell you, this is the most common, easily available, and most preferred drug of choice nowadays. It is very cheap. One capsule you will get for 24-25 rupees. And this is the party drug. When I talk about party drug, it is nothing but amphetamine. There's methamphetamine or amphetamine. This is the party drug. Just go down, please. This is heroin. Heroin, I do not know how many of you have seen, but definitely I'm sure that you would have definitely heard of it. As I was telling you, 10 kilograms of opium gives you 1 kilogram of morphine, and 10 kilograms of morphine gives you 1 kilogram of heroin. Now, this heroin is perhaps the most dangerous drug. What happens? This heroin, when you take, you need to take it only twice. And the third time, you'll be asking for it. It is so highly addictive. That you don't have to do, just take it twice. And the third time, you'll be asking for it. And the dependence on these drugs is so much that, the addicts will do each and anything, whatever he wants to do, just to get a high of this drug. Now, this drug, particularly, what happens is, the main feeder, it mostly comes from Afghanistan. It mainly comes from Pakistan, and of course from Burma, but very less, but mostly from Pakistan and Afghanistan. And it has been there for time immemorial. Ever since I joined this department, it is called the source of this particular drug has been from Afghanistan and Pakistan. The color difference will be there. The Afghan heroin will be little pinkish, the first slide, that will be little pinkish in color, whereas the Pakistani, heroin will be little darker in color. Now, why this color difference is, the reason is maybe the soil condition, maybe the way it is treated, maybe the way it is synthesized, but there is a distinct color difference in Afghan drug and heroin, which is coming from Pakistan. Heroin is the most dreaded one. As I told you, you take it 2 times, and third time you'll be asking for it. And to talk about the consumption part, as I was telling you, the Punjab is flying. Punjab is not flying on amphetamine. Punjab is flying on heroin. Every third household in Punjab right now, there is a drug addict. Every third house, and there is no. I am not talking about any exaggeration in that. This is based on the Ministry of Home Affairs. They have issued some data. You can Google it. Every third house in Punjab has this problem of heroin addiction, and you once get addicted to it, you have to go to this addiction center. There is no other way out, because any amount of counseling will not work. We were talking about this enforcement of drugs. Why drugs are flowing so easily, and why despite police, NCB, and NIB, why they are not able to put a stop on this? Understand one thing very clearly: wherever there is a demand, there will be a supply. And sadly, as I was telling you earlier, India being a transit country, now it has become a consuming country. And there is a great demand of this particular thing, in particular heroin. Heroin, heroin, what happens is, first of all, when we're talking about how to control this, I think I can talk about this also right now. There are two ways of addressing this issue. Officially speaking, that when I'm in department, working for the department point of view, that one is enhancing the enforcement. You have having officers, you have vigilance at airports, you have at ports and all those things, you can do it. But I can tell you from my experience that any amount of enforcement will not work. The most important, please mute yourself. Any amount of enforcement is not going to work. The key is not enforcement. The key is demand reduction. The key is demand reduction, that we must reduce the demand. And how the demand can be reduced? Only after spreading awareness. And if there are buyers, there will be sellers and there will be peddlers. So it is very important that we reduce demand, and it can only be done with spreading awareness. And this class basically aims at that we understand who is a drug addict, why he is taking a drug, and how can we reduce drug consumption or reduce the demand. So please show me the photographs. Some photographs. No, that drugs. Or tablets. Wait, come back. Yes, wait. You see, sir, that colorful one. Go back one slide. Yes, wait. You see, this is a state of hallucination. When you take this LSD, which is a very potent hallucinogen, this is how the world looks like. An ordinary cat will appear so colorful. The wall will look so nicely painted. And your thinking, your brain is totally altered. You are in an entirely different world. And you want to remain in this world. And that is why, we do this. People take this. Next one. I will come back. I will take another 2 minutes because it's very important to talk about, wait. Come down. Signs of somebody. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Signs. Now, this is the most important slide which concerns all of us. How to find out that a person may be a drug addict. How to know that a person has taken drugs, particularly our sons and daughters. First thing is, there are few. It is not an elaborate one. It is not the final one. But these are the cues you can take to know that my son, my daughter, or my friend is into drugs. Changing friends a lot. Spending time alone. Losing interest in favorite things. They will not have interest in anything else. Not taking care of himself. Dirty. They will not wash their clothes. They will wear the same underwear 3-4 times. Tired and sad. Sudden mood change. Eating more or eating less. You see, these are very warning signs. Eating less, you can understand. Eating more suddenly. Mother will know that my son is suddenly eating less or eating more. Being abnormally energetic. As I told you, you take this ecstasy and all our party drugs, you will become abnormally energetic. That level of energy, any discerning mother or any discerning father will know that his son is not behaving normally. He is too energetic. Quickly changing between feelings and feeling good and feeling sad. Missing important appointments. You have you have to submit your some homework. You will not be able to do that. You will be, for interview, you don't bother for that. Missing classes, bad grades, troubled family relationship, lying and stealing. Suddenly you will find that your watch is missing. You'll be, suspecting your servant maid. You'll find that, earring is missing. No, the servant maid is not the culprit. These are the warning signs that somebody in your family is into drugs. And to fund it, to finance it, he doesn't mind stealing your watches, stealing your earrings, stealing your chain. So this is not an exhaustive one. And since my time is up, um, there's a lot to talk on this particular topic, but I was told that we have time limitation. So I will stop with this. I could just touch upon this subject without going too much into detail. And basically, my idea was to sensitize the audience that what this drug means, how it looks like, how it's going to affect you, and why people take drugs. So with this limited time, this is what I could cover. And I always look forward to go deeper into this so we can have a long discussion on it, a deeper discussion, and a real talk on each and every aspect of it. Talking about a depressant will take one full class. Anyway, thank you, Kodandaramji, for giving me this opportunity. My class is completed. I had to little rush through, but it's fine. I think I'm okay that I could touch upon all the aspect of this drug, even though I could not go very deep into it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I request Mr. Vasu to conduct the question answer session if time permits and to
Yes.
give vote of thanks for this
Yes, sir.
beautiful.
We will, sir. Yeah, thank you, Kodandaramji, and thank you, sir. We'll have about 10 minutes now. It is 8:40. So we can have any viewers and participants, if you got anything to ask our Bibhash ji. It is what is given is a one reel trailer for us. Very
Yes.
a thrilling movie, because this is the order of the day. What we are facing as parents. Definitely, our parents did not face these challenges because we don't know. The child will be very, very normal, and we don't know who's the company, how he gets into this or she gets into this. It's a very, very big and very important topic which is affecting the current generation. I request any participant, quickly you can, if you want to ask a question, you can ask, sir. Then afterwards we'll move on to the proposing the vote of thanks. Anybody, please. Anybody from the forum, from the Vivek Smith podium.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening. I am Rajnikant, sir.
Yes.
Good evening, Vasu, sir, and Kodandaram, sir.
Good evening, Rajni. Yeah.
Sir, it is so interesting. This topic is so interesting. Thank you all for selecting the topic first. And secondly, so this should be in a series. So we want this to be carried on. And I want to know sir's experience. So in the seizing drugs, etc., it goes like a story. So it's want to listen from him. So we can arrange for more and more series like this, sir.
Absolutely. I'll be so happy to share my experience because there's a lot and a lot to talk on this. Lot and a lot. I can just go on talking and talking and talking on this, the cases and where it was going, how it happened, and why people take drugs and all those things. There are different aspects of it. And definitely, yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any questions or any doubt if you have, you can ask me. Somebody, Mr. Vashu was mentioning that it's just a trailer.
Yes, sir, definitely. So it's a vast subject and a very important one like that.
I think we can move to the last part. We can
Yes, sir.
thank him and we will invite him some other day when he is free and we will have another talk with him.
Because we are on a good platform and this is a very good this one. So sir, we can invite sir for another couple of sessions.
Definitely.
Can have even the participants should be more interactive so that we can get more information and output and how to deal with situations, serving officers and others also, because it's a very big topic. And one piece of information is in 2014, ever since the BJP government took charge, June 25th of every year is observed as International Day Against Drug Abuse.
Yes.
It's the first thing when our the then finance minister was there, Arun Jaitley Saab, and then Nirmala Madam was also there. They involved all the departmental officers and their children give any articles or poems or songs like that, and it was released on 25th of June 2014. We are into the 11th year, and so that our department, we should take pride that our department is involved in the forefront in preventing the illicit movement of drugs, and it is ever changing. They are changing the strategy, and the item as Sir was telling about the magic mushroom. It was quite interesting. Any officer, any brilliant officer can just simply snip and he can clear it also. But we need to have a lot of information, and every information we have to improve on our performance. And I would like to see if our Sir Narayan Swamy sir is there. I can request him. Is he there, sir? ADC sir?
No, he must be occupied. Sir,
Okay.
one more announcement.
Vasu, I am here, very much here.
Sir, yes,
I
sir.
was fully listening to Bibhash.
Yes, sir.
Because we are aware this is a very vast subject, but what we have done is to introduce this subject and also sensitize people. You can think of another session where you have touched upon various types of drugs. Now you can look at a little more behavioral changes of an addict or a children. Then how to take them to the kind of bringing them back to normalcy, because many of these drug addicts go haywire and it's very difficult to bring them back. So you can have a session on that
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. It's a bad.
sometime later,
Yes.
because we want this dialogue to go on. That's why we call it Sambhashane.
Yes, sir.
This is not the end of the topic. I'm sure everyone will like it.
Definitely.
We'll request you after a month or two. Okay.
Anytime.
Thanks a lot. It is very useful thing, and see you again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, others.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Narayan Swamy sir.
And to the listeners, we are having YouTube also. Here we telecast
Shortly. Yes, sir. This will be uploaded shortly so that it will be of benefit to all the departmental serving staffs also. And sir, in the next session, when we are going to have invite you again, some of the interesting cases where we have made some good breakthrough, that also sir can share with us.
Definitely. I'll be so happy to share my experiences. There are
The
many.
serving officer will be very useful.
And Vasu,
Yes, sir.
as you said, you can even hold a essay competition on drug abuse in schools and colleges, so that you can announce your
Yes, sir.
campaign. Okay.
Yes, definitely, sir. We will do that. We'll do that, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. We will, with this, I am now proposing the vote of thanks to our esteemed AD, sir, Bibhash Sharan, NACIN. At the time, I was in Chennai when you were in Bangalore, NACIN.
Yeah,
I was in Chennai CCO, but a couple of occasions we had online sessions also.
Yes.
So it's wonderful. And I used to come once or twice. I came on the GST introduction also. I was,
Yes.
sir, and we have had an interaction also. It's a vast thing, sir. Thank you on behalf of all the members and staff and officials of this Samprabha group. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our guest of honor today, Bibhash Sharan sir, for giving us an overview of different kinds of drugs. And as I said, we are very much interested and looking forward to more wide explanation and wide experience about this topic from sir. With this, on my own behalf and on behalf of all the members, thank you very much, sir. And we will meet again shortly, and we will intimate back to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you and good night.
Okay, good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank you all. Good night.
Sure.